Okay, we have the wings built. Now we're ready to put on the servo and the horn, and of course a connecting rod. Super easy to do. I think we put together some pretty good products to make it pretty easy for you to put it together. Okay, so this one's done. This is basically, we put the horn on here, and then of course servo slides in, and we have these connectors here that we use for our rod, and that way all you have to do is, you know, turn a 90 on it, about 1/4 inch long on either side, and this clips on right here. I don't know if you can see it that well, but this right here clips on here and here. Super easy. So let's get this cut out. We have tabs here, and we're going to cut the tabs. Hopefully I'm not in front of you there. Okay. And we'll just pop this up. And let's go ahead and get the horn put on. We already have it located. Stick it through. I, most of the time, put a little hot glue right here, but I tell you what, we're going to put it on this side. Because this piece, and you'll see there's a flat piece and it's beveled here, it'll slide on and it notches in and it holds it on. But just to make sure, sometimes they loosen up a little bit, we're just going to do this. That way you won't have that problem. So, you can see there I just put it on, and when you push on, it'll notch down and lock it in. Okay, we'll clean off the excess glue there, and we'll make sure it's pushed down. And there you can see it. This is down and this is down. The neat thing about this too, you know, we want to set, and you'll have a little piece of foam that shows you how to set the reflex, very, you know, pretty close. The reflex is actually, with it turned, it's going to be about like that. So to set the reflex, pretty neat thing about it, don't cut these off. The piece that sticks out, leave it like that, it won't hurt anything. Because when you set it down, and you set it down on a flat, see that right there? It's pretty much what we want for the reflex. Pretty cool. We'll have the little measuring tool, but this is really, really close. It'll get you there. You can have some fine tuning on it. You know, set some sub trims, and we'll do that later on when we set up the controller, because we're going to use a CC3D controller in this particular one. Anyway, that's about what we want. We'll set that up later on when we do the setup on that CC3D. But it's pretty cool. That, you know, kind of handles that for you. So just set it down like that. Let's get our servo. We're just using a 9-gram servo. I don't even think these are metal servos, but you can put metal servos on there. I think if we furnish the stuff, it's just going to be, I don't know, it may be metal servos. It's a Tower Pro SG90, 9-gram. I have to double check them out, but these work really, really well. We're going to set this where this is facing toward the back, like that. Super easy with the hole we give you here to, you know, get your wiring through. If you want to put lights or anything later on, you can go through there, because this is going to connect to the box. And we'll go through that in a little bit. So we'll just set that in there like that for right now. There we go. Like that. Let's take our rod. We know if we leave that tab on the horn, Let's get this out from underneath. We set it down, we're about what we want there. We're going to go into the top hole of the horn, and I have a handy dandy little drill bit here. If you don't have that, don't worry about it, no big deal. We're going to use this one here. These are the 3 they give you on this particular one. We're going to use this one. We're going to go the second hole. There's an outside hole, there's a second hole, we're going to use that one. These are a little bit small for this rod, so you have to drill this out. This one's fine. If you don't have a drill, you probably won't. You can just take this, heat it up with a, a lighter. Not much, a little bit. Stick it there, and it'll make the hole for you. No problem. Okay, we're going to put this on the inside like this. You can double check it yourself, but it pretty much lines it up that way. The other thing we're going to need is a servo center or a servo tester, which will also center it for you. Now, if you don't have one of these are real reasonable. If you're going to build very many planes at all, you should get you one of these. It's like $4 or $6 or something like that. And then, a little battery for it. So, here you can't see it right now, but it's working the servo. We're going to press a button and it's going to center it. That's all we wanted for right now. Okay. So we're going to take your your arm, and we're going to, it's got a bunch of little notches on there, so we're going to get the closest we can to being at a right angle of the servo. And that's about where we are. We're going to you want to make sure this servo's all the way down. You can go ahead and glue it in now. I usually wait. Just make sure this is down. Make sure this is put in. Make sure your wing is all the way down, and then you're going to mark it right there at the hole. Okay, I marked right here to line it up with the hole. Now, you need your wire cutters, and this is going to be facing this way, and so you want this one to go down. So let's do this. I hope you can see it okay. And we'll put this like this, so this is going to be like that, and we're going to go down with it. Okay. Okay, a little bit more, see it's not quite over 90. Let's go ahead and go down a little bit more. The way we have this set up, or the way the holes are cut out, this piece, when we give it to you, is going to be about 6 inches long. And that's just what you need. So we'll, once you do your turn downs, about 1/4 inch each way, that's it. You don't have to cut it. Maybe we should give you a little bit more, maybe like 6.5 inches, and you could cut it, I guess. But it works good like this. Now this is a little bit too long, and it's quite not at a right angle yet. I'm going to go ahead and get it that way. Now, of course, it's a little bit too much. That's just right. We're going to cut a little bit off of that, because we want about 1/4 inch. Watch your eyes. And there you go. Now we're going to put this in the top hole, and I have it backwards, like that. So we're going to put this in the top hole, if I could ever. Okay. Okay. Let me look at it. Okay. These are the clips. Pretty cool. I love these things. I hope they quit. I hope they never quit making these. This makes it so easy. If you have to take it off, it's super easy. And it holds really well. So there's a hole right there in this piece. And we're going to slide it on. And then you can see the notch in here. You just push it onto the rod. You can hear it. It's on. Just as easy as that. We're going to do the same thing with this one. And see which slot it has. It's right there. So this is going to go like this. I'm probably right in front of you, but it just snaps on just like that. Super easy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a dab here on either side. I'll push that down and kind of even this up. Make it look nice. Now I'm going to push down on it just a little bit and just hold it like that for a little while. Let the hot glue set up. You see how fast this is going. We're going to test it in a minute. We're done. So the servo and the horns are on. And the rod linkage is on. We have our reflex fairly well set. We can always make some small adjustments, and we'll do that when we do the setup. Super easy. And after this is done, then we're ready to get the box set up and do our controls in it, and then put our wings on. And we're done. Just let it dry it for a little bit, still drying. While it's doing that, let's get our little screw here, and we're going to put the linkage arm on. And that's tight. And then we'll just make sure that this is drying well. Now when we're done with this build, we're going to take this and we're going to go fly it. And it's not going to be flown prior to when we fly it. It's going to be the build and then the maiden flight, and it's going to be with no testing in between. So we get to see, or we get to show you exactly what you get when you put it together. Now if you crash it, it's not my fault. But it'd take a lot of crashes. Pretty cool. So anyway, I think that's good enough. And we'll hook that up later. We're done. You can see here, if you hold it like this, there's a bit of dihedral. And we're going to go over that when we put the box, we screw the box on, which is basically 4 little screws. But by setting this, or by controlling the gap here, when you glue these plates on like we did in the previous video, you can control that dihedral. This is something I don't normally run very much dihedral. So this one does have some dihedral to it. We're going to try it on the maiden and see how it flies. Like I said, I've flown with and without, mainly without, but we'll see how it works. Easy. Again, this is Danny with QuadLugs. Next, we're going to start setting up the box, and this part is done. So you can see where you could have, you know, a couple sets of wings. So if you do have some bad crashes, you can have a spare. Anyway. Again, this is Danny with QuadLugs. See you next time.